Go ahead.
Ian asks, over spring break I am going to New York and will have the opportunity to go to a monastery. The problem is they practice samatha. Should I go to learn and hear Dhamma, or just stay to myself and meditate?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, there are many types of monasteries out there. And one thing I'm always trying to prepare people for is not be shocked when you come to a monastery and it's not what you expected, because there are good and bad and everything in between. So just probably the best thing is if you contact me in private and give me a link to their website, and I can give you more details about what insight I have into that monastery, if any. Some of them are really good, especially in America. They do have some fairly representative monasteries. I was quite surprised to have people send me links and then go and check it out and find out that there's quite neat things going on. But you have to check out the situation. It's always good to go and hear the Dhamma, and something that you'll find if you can overcome your initial disappointment, like, oh, the monks are wearing pants, or the monks are wearing shirts, or the monks are cutting grass, or the monks are driving cars, or so on. Realizing that they're not what you expected, right? The monks have phones, the monks have computers. If you can get over that and really focus on the Dhamma, which is really what we're doing, where people would say, why does a monk have a video camera? Why does a monk have a computer? Why does a monk teach on the internet? Well, it's because that's where the people are. People are not coming from all over the world to hear our daily Dhamma discourses, but they can hear them over the internet, because that's where people find their information these days. So what I mean is it may not be as you expected when you go there, but even if the monks are not strong meditation practitioners, the great thing that I found is they often have incredible store of knowledge, and you can benefit greatly just from listening to them or even just talking to them. What's always amazed me is even those monks that I would think, he's not pure in his morality, or he doesn't even practice, he just sits at the computer, or he's just a study monk. It's amazing some of the insights they have just into life, just from living the life, maybe not in total purity, but in and the ability to teach that they have. Because of course you don't have to be enlightened to teach, and you don't have to be enlightened. The funny thing is, you don't have to be enlightened to enlighten other people. There was a story in the Buddha's time of this monk that I've talked about before, who all of his students became enlightened and he was still an ordinary person. And finally his students found out and gave him a big scare and sent him off into the forest to meditate on his own. But from your point of view, you can always learn something from people. And if you keep that in mind and not have any expectations, then go and learn from them. Go and hear what they have to say, and don't expect that you have to devote fall down at their knees and devote yourself to them for the rest of your life. But you can gain something for them. Be courteous, be respectful. Don't go thinking, I'm better than you, but I'll pretend to hear what you say or something. Go with a genuine interest and appreciation for whatever they have to offer to you. And in general, I think you won't be disappointed if you do that, and you'll make them really happy. It's always nice to have people come and visit who are interested in meditation and the truth. And often you'll find that I don't know what the center is, but you'll find that they'll let you practice as you like. They'll say, okay, fine, we'll come and do practice, and they won't give you much instruction, but they'll sit you down and they'll do chanting with you, and then they'll do group meditation, and you can do as you like. If it's really a dedicated samatha meditation center, then you have to decide whether it's in your interest to develop samatha, because samatha meditation takes a long time to develop, and it takes dedication. And if it's a dedicated center of any sort, whatever meditation center you go to, you should you should be prepared to dedicate yourself to their technique. If you don't dedicate themselves to your technique, you should be Well, you should not go to their center. You're out of line with the protocol of that center. Meditation centers really do expect their students to follow their technique as we do, and it's the one thing that sort of separates an ordinary monastery from a meditation center, because a place like Wat Pah Chat apparently allows you to practice any sort of meditation, and even advises you to go and learn meditation elsewhere before coming. But a place that is designated itself as a meditation training center, as we have, and as maybe perhaps this place has, is that you're expected to follow their technique, and because of the time that it takes to develop samatha, if it's just for spring break, it may not be totally worth it. Except you might get a technique that you can bring home.
To practice samatha is not bad, as long as you don't forget that you come back to vipassana afterwards. So if you can have some benefits, although if it's only over the spring break, as Bhante says, you just can get a glimpse of it. And I think the most important is that you open your heart for the Dhamma that they have.